Hi, it's Bruce. It's Sunday, June 5th, 2011. I haven't blogged in a while, and we had a nice Memorial Day weekend last week, and we're back to the grind. Summer grind here in New York. Okay, I've seen a few shows. I'm still behind some Tony-nominated shows. I still haven't seen Sister Act, Anything Goes, Biggies, and Bengal Tiger, among a couple others. But I did catch up with Jerusalem, which is up for Best Play, Best Actor. And I have to say, I really like Jerusalem. It goes in my category of things like Arcadia, like you might not understand the whole thing, you might not like it, but it's a good play. I did enjoy it. The first two acts have Mark Rylance plays Johnny Rooster Byron, and he's sort of a vagrant drug seller, fringe, kind of a nowadays hippie living in the woods in Wiltshire, England, in a trailer, and sort of courting the young town people with their drugs and music and stuff, and sort of an alternative choice for their parents. A brilliant performance by Mark Rylance, and wonderful performances by Mackenzie Crook and John Gallagher Jr. Now, it's three acts. After the second act, the couple behind me said, the man said, well, if this is going to be more of the same, and they got their coats and they left. So we held out, and because we were enjoying it. And the third act, I thought, wow, it took you up to the stratosphere. It became rather kind of mystical. A lot of this has to do with being British, in the British history and mystery of the elves and the fairies and the woods, and how how things die and are forgotten or not forgotten in England, perpetuating myths. And I have to say, this is what I understand. I didn't get all that because I'm not British, and I hear you're raised that way. You're raised to know sort of these things. But the third act, which some people found mystifying, I kind of found mystifying, but I thought, oh, maybe Johnny Rooster, maybe there's more to Johnny Rooster in the mythology than we mortals on Earth know. So Jess Butterworth did write an admirable work here, and I highly suggest it to anyone who wants to see kind of a brilliantly written, odd drama. Okay. Then after, the next week, we went to see Born Yesterday, which is a revival of the 50s play by Garson Kanin, and it's directed by Doug Hughes in a lovely production. It stars Nina Arianda, Jim Belushi, and Robert Sean Leonard. Now, let me say that, let me go back to Jerusalem for a minute, because I want to start talking about the Tonys at the same time as I'm reviewing. And I thought Mark Rylance is pretty much a shoo-in for Best Actor, but from what I hear, you know, there's a groundswell going for Joe Mantello, who's back to acting after directing such small shows as Wicked. And I hear The Normal Heart's very good. I'm going to try to see it next week, right before the Tonys. I haven't seen it yet. So if Mark Rylance doesn't win, I might be very disappointed, but there's a chance he might not win from what I hear. He gives an incredible performance. Now, Nina Arianda, on the other hand, from Born Yesterday, gives a really phenomenal performance and did not make me think of Judy Holliday in Born Yesterday at all. I said Frances McDormand was pretty much a shoo-in for Best Actress, but if they open that envelope and say Nina Arianda, honest to God, I'll be applauding, because she was just wonderful in the role of Billy Dawn. Jim Belushi is kind of perfect, sort of blustery in the Broderick Crawford role, and Robert Sean Leonard is is the journalist who comes in, who Jim Belushi hires to make Billy Dawn a little bit more acceptable for the Washington, D.C. society. And of course he opens up a book of worms as she starts learning things, and she starts thinking for maybe the first time in her life. She's charming, she's wonderful. The reason to see this is the lovely set, nice solid production, and brilliant performance by Nina. It's a little old-fashioned. Some of the things it gets kind of sad, because the whole thing of the meaning of the whole reason for the play is to show that people can have a chance changing government, and we all know now that corporations do that. So it turns out that in the future, it's maybe not quite the people who have gotten it together as much as the corporations, but yeah, what can you say? It has a good heart. And now a real surprise and pleasant surprise is that we went off Broadway to the Judson Church Gym to see Lysistrata Jones, which is a musical with a book by Douglas Carter Bean, who he knows his myths. He did that wonderful thing with Xanadu the musical, and they've taken Lysistrata of Aristophanes fame and changed it to update it to the Spartan basketball team at the gym, and the cheerleading girls decide to withhold sex from the basketball team because they've never won a game. They've played like 300 games and never won, and they don't want to have sex with them until they win a game. So that's sort of the plot of Lysistrata Jones, which is taken from Lysistrata. But it's delightful. It's so cute. It made me smile from the very beginning. They have the Greek chorus come out, and it really made me laugh a lot. Let me just tell you that Patty Murin is Lysistrata Jones, and she's just delightful. I just want to make sure I got her name right. Yeah, Patty Murin. Teddy Toy and Alex Wise, who have been in a production, each have been in a production of my partner Bill's Last Smoker in America, were in it. It was great to see them. Josh Segura plays the male lead opposite Patty, and he's quite an attractive young man and very talented. The cast is great, but I have to say, Jason Tam was I think my favorite actor, dancer, singer. I've seen him before do some Joe Iconis stuff in some Joe Iconis reviews, and I can't take my eyes off Jason. He's delightful, delightful to watch. Music and lyrics by Louis Flynn. Very clever, very cute, very catchy. This really could go somewhere. And wonderful direction and choreography by Dan Connecties? I don't know how to say your last name, Dan. It's got a K and an N and a G and an H in it. Anyway, he did a wonderful job. It's 2 acts with an intermission. It's general seating, and they don't open the house till like 10 minutes before, so you're kind of lined up. It's the Transport Group, which does these site-specific musicals, so the fact that it takes place in the Judson Gym is sort of fun. So I highly recommend Lysistrata Jones. I hope they extend it or move it or something, because it's one of the most delightful musicals I've seen. All right, now, as I said, I hope that Nina Arianda has a chance at a Tony, but I'd hate for Frances to lose. And I'm looking forward to The Normal Heart. Haven't seen Anything Goes, but I think it's going to take choreography and revival. I don't think when I posted a few weeks ago that I thought that might happen, because I'm such a How to Succeed person, but I haven't seen Anything Goes. I've got some work to do here. All right, have a great day.